Yeah, frankly, a lot of people like to talk about this being, you know, who's going to scale better. Whoever scales better and gets more stacks is going to be the winner and be more relevant in the late game. Straight up, Smolder is just a better champion. So safely in the mid lane, this has just allowed Haichao to get a ton of priority as this Talia, and that'll net them a lot of control over this dragon. And yeah, Ultra Prime are just going to have to be looking the other way, as the teleport will actually be the last thing that tells them to completely back off. And it's Zhuo, so there you go, and another good play there by the Nautilus.
That's because of Zika or Xiaofang or whatever leadership not really wanting to go for many fights. They love disengaging. They don't love going for bench stuff. As I say that, though, a little bit of skirmishing up here, as it's going to be Xiaosha knocked back with that seismic shove and getting chunked very low, forced to flash away. Baye kiting out nicely, but it's going to allow for Xiaofang to at least pick up that first scrub, with Junhao and Saber now joining the fray. They're going to secure another, so it's 1-for-1 overall. And now potential fight around the last one. Xiaofang has the smite, so should be able to secure it.
Oh, look at the bot side. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Junhao, he flashes in and goes in for the Cyclone, and it's going to be a little bit too far forward for Xiaosha. First blood picked up for LNG, but Xiaofang now has to flash and use the Heartbreaker to get out, but he will survive. It's a double kill in for Haichao, and they're looking for Saber as well. He will go down. 3-0, and the Feats of Warfare have gone over to Team LNG. They have the Trinity Force advantage in the hands of Xiaofang, but Junhao wants nothing about it. He's already in the enemy jungle on the top side of the map, and that means the dragon should go over. Kill off of the Talia, but with Zhang TPing in and Zika staying down bottom lane, it should mean that Ultra Prime secured the objective.
Ultra Prime managed to wrestle control of the top side, so they should be able to use this to at least break down a turret within the next few minutes. This will also help them possibly gain more control.
OMG still in the lead. About 1,000 gold or so. Would not be opposed to wanting to fight this. And as I say that, a teleport has come in from Zika. He has the equalizer at rank 2 at this point, and the dragon is not taken down very quickly. Weaver's Wall comes out. Zhuo gets stunned though, and does not land that initial dredge line as Zhang's already chunked down to 60% HP. Ultra Prime don't want to start this dragon just yet. Junhao pops the Herald, maybe looking for a potential escape plan. Who's going to get into the pit first? It's going to be a dash over from Junhao, but it's already chunked down to half. It's stolen away by Xiaofang. And now the fight can begin in earnest as the equalizer has come out. Zhang goes in with the Herald, but he will drive it straight to his demise as LNG get a couple of kills back, as well as the dragon soul point.
And it's a disaster for Ultra Prime. But crucially now, it is going to be Otacon spawning in about 10 seconds. It's going to be on that top side. You can already see Ultra Prime, they're going to try and be first to the punch this time.
This one, popping the Ghost. It looks like Zhuo's going to go super aggressive here. Depth charge on top of the equalizer with the Dawning Shadow on top, but it's not enough to take Baye down. And here goes Zhang on the flank. Already Zhuo has gone down, but Zika is hunting the rest of Ultra Prime as they loom deviously around that Otacon.
They do indeed, but there were a lot of ultimates expended by LNG, not to mention they lost Zhuo, who does have teleport, so he should be able to, you know, come back to the fight, but still, those R keys not going to be available for a while. So LNG, they're just saying, screw the Otacon, let's abandon it, let's go for this mid turret instead. We don't have the power to really fight this. Conveniently enough, Ultra Prime aren't really in a position to take that Otacon either, so I am eternally grateful that they reworked the Otacon system, because those old ones felt really toxic to the game. This new one is much better.
Yeah, I mean, provides like just enough power for it to be a nice objective to fight over before the Baron spawns. And
yeah,
gives teams something to contest, but nothing that has to be contested over one.
But everyone still contests it anyways, right? You don't have to, but you know you're going to. Now, though, has the luxury of staying a bit further behind, as he does have that Weaver's Wall. Zika
was overheated, so actually going to be in some trouble. Has to flash away from Zhang, but now he gets exhausted. The third proc leader work lands. There's the Cyclone as well. Zika just might be taken down under his own turret, and that is not a good play here, but the response will be that Otacon taken down by LNG. But you're going to say that's all right here for UP, because you are continuing to scale the game out. You're going to deny that soul and get Baye closer to 225.
Absolutely, you drag the game out an extra 5 minutes at the very least for Baye on the Smolder. It's a kill on that bot side by Ultra Prime, but ultimately it's a very costly one as they burn a flash from Junhao, 2 ultimates. The question is, who will be the first to engage. I imagine Zhuo, who's been so active with these dredge lines, is going to look for an opportunity onto Saber. You can see he's fishing. He's trying to hug that topside wall to get an angle onto the backline. He doesn't want to hook in Junhao. He doesn't want to hook in Xiaojia, but Ultra Prime are playing this very smartly position-wise.
Weaver's Wall separating everybody, gives maybe LNG a good opportunity to try to burst down the dragon. The seismic shove lands on it too, but here comes the mom. It makes LNG kite away. The Dawning Shadow over the top, but Baye is able to pick up the first kill of the fight. But Xiaofeng has now gotten a reset as well, and he transforms into the Wukong body. Zika is overheated. Fish one taken very low, nearly getting executed before he issues out the piercing light to heal himself right back up. One more Q from Baye could secure himself an easy double kill, but instead the dragon is going to be the focus. Who's going to get the soul? It'll be LNG to secure it, and now they can win the fight. Baye goes down. Jung will fall. Only Saber and Xiaoxia will live as LNG get their prize and can now go to Baron.
And at the end of the day, Junhao is your main engage. He puts himself on the front lines. But the problem with being on the front lines is you are most likely to die. You lose your jungler at a pivotal moment in this game. He's not there to secure the dragon for you. You're going to lose out on that. You're going to lose out on the team fight. And to make matters extra worse, Scrapes, the Baron will be the cherry on top for LNG.
We stalled out, waiting for this dragon to spawn once again. Quacks and LNG get that
to counter Zika. So it will be a bit of a delayed play on the Baron, but nonetheless, they should be able to squeeze UP tighter and tighter with this play.
Juno dashes forward, not using the cycle and actually baiting out the Dawning Shadow of Fish One, who is playing a little bit more on the defensive side.
You know, around, less than 3 minutes until that Elder spawns. They want to prevent as much jockeying between these two teams as possible around that.
Xiaoxia gets hit by one seismic shove, and then the Heartbreaker will execute, but look at the back line. That is Fish One down.
Hang on.
Kill one. Can shut down for
Not
John.
again.
Xiaofeng is still alive in the transform Viego body. He will go and take the Gwen down, but Baye's got a couple of executes as well. A triple kill already for the Viego, looking for the quad, and he gets it on a Baye. It looked like almost an opportunity for Ultra Prime, but the Viego will live, Zika will survive, and it's still 2 men up here for LNG.
I was getting the Thunder Talk versus LGD Gaming Game 2 flashbacks there for a minute, Grapes, but luckily, because they have no AD carry, they're not really able to overload with numbers. This is just allowing LNG to kind of section off this part of the map. But now the Smolder is here. They've got to make the play. That dragon is super low.
Zika flashing away from the cycle and getting hit up by the second proc. Almost. The mom steals it away, but Xiaofeng able to secure the Elder. And now it's Reset City in for LNG Esports. Already 2 members down. That is Jung falling before he even pops his Zanyas. And Xiaoxia will make it casualty number 3. Surely this should mean the end of the game as LNG win the fight. They get the Elder and they can march down middle lane.
And LNG police that part of the map. They completely prevent Ultra Prime's advance as Zika's going in.
Hook doesn't land on Abaye, as actually not over just yet. It's the big carry still alive here for Ultra Prime. Baye has both of his summoner spells. It's almost 350 stacks on the Smolder, and there's no Baron buff in the hands of LNG with 13 seconds left on Junhao. So this game might not actually be over just yet, but LNG want it to be as they're headed on to the Nexus turrets right now. The death timers, though, are going to continue to tick down to 0, and that means that LNG actually can't end. They will take another prize as an inhibitor, but now with Junhao alive, it is going to be very difficult for them to try to go for the throat.
They still have 90 seconds on that Elder.
Hold on, Elder, Baye. Shields up nicely, we'll be able to stay alive, and the Needleworth comes through from Jong. They're looking for a last-ditch effort. They find Zika with the kill, but it will be Jong getting another one back. The mom comes out. Baye is still untouched in the back line, but he finally will get targeted, and that'll be it. Xiaofeng and LNG end up wiping the floor with Ultra Prime. It took them a while, but a win is a win nonetheless. They go 1-up in this best-of-3 series.
At that mid lane, for those two to sync up and just constantly give resources over to this Orianna so that your damage profile can be diversified as the game goes on. Zika's wave is actually growing quite large as it crashes into the turret, and yeah, I think Xiaofeng is reading the room. I think Jiang is as well, but the question is, what is he going to do about it?
Zika taking a decent chunk of damage, but does have the Fury.
Oh,
Nice flash
no.
combo!
Oh, no.
Oh, what an outplay it could be! But the turret aggro goes onto the Vi instead of Zika, and that means that the Renekton will be able to claim first blood.
It was not a clean dive whatsoever, Grapes, but you know, a kill is a kill. We take the wins where we can find them. Zika is going to pick up first blood, and crucially, Jiang is going to miss so much CS. A 800 gold gap between the top laners, but Junhao wants to even score.
No slice and dice available for Zika just yet. One more chomp from Junhao will make it a 1-for-1.
3 people top lane. They're not even trying to hide it. Xiaofang is just saying, all right, I don't even care about waiting in the bush. And look at Jiang. He's like, all right, well, I mean, don't remind me, man.
Hey, it's fun when it's not happening every game. And now,
True.
It means that things are interesting here. As it looks like 4 members of Ultra Prime will go towards Zika. He does have his subjugate available. Going to pop in, try to heal up, but will not be able to use the empowered Q to heal. And Zhuo comes in with the TP, but it is far too late. Ultra Prime starting up these grubs after the blue buff was secured by Junhao, but LNG in a good position to actually contest. Xiaofang has a level lead over Junhao, so a little bit of extra damage to potentially be at his ability as he actually smites away the first grub. Now landing the knockup onto the Trundle. Subjugate now going to be used to try to keep him alive as Xiaofang has to flash away, but he's stuck in the pit. Vault breaker over the wall, and the double shot nearly taking him down as Ultra Prime will be able to claim the other 2 grubs, but LNG do a nice job at least getting 1.
LNG, they deny the full 3 like you said, Grapes, but still, they are going to get that meter for the feat of dragon slaying. He absolutely is, and this is going to be first turret acquired for the side of Ultra Prime. Funnily enough, there's actually a lot of damage being dealt by LNG on that top side turret because of that lane swap. They were able to take it down to 1 plate, so if they want to abandon this dragon, they can try and overload top and maybe dive Jiang as this Dominus pop from Zika.
To pop that explosive cast just to clear the wave, which is a good formula for now, but might not be able to save him still as Xiaofang is on the way. They're going to say, screw the wave, we're going to go for the kill anyway, and they should be successful at that, but they bought enough time for Xiaosha to be here, and Baye will join it and take Xiaofang down, making it a 1-for-1, with the dragon also secured by Junhao on the bottom side. And in solidarity, hits Krugs a couple times and realizes he can't do this. Actually getting engaged on by Xiaofang right now. This teleport coming back in from Zika to try and take this Trundle down. Already has the subjugate, has to flash over the wall. Make sure he stays alive, but Zika still hungry, still looking for Baye now. He has both of his summoner spells available, but won't be able to use any. As the shockwave comes through over the stun from the Renekton and evens things up for LNG.
From that recent bot lane tower that they lost, Zika is going to claim the gold as well. So this Renekton, despite being put behind, is now in a really solid spot relative to the Gragas over 1. And if you don't put down this carry in the Lucian, UP are just going to run with it as they're going to try again on the Gragas.
Hey, 3rd time. Why not go for it again? And once again, will be successful. Jung's had a bad time here in this 2nd game. Not going to be in the same position as he was on the Gwen in game number 1. But the rest of his team may be in a better position here as Baye and Xiaosha doing a nice job gaining some control in mid, and Saber and Junhao munching away on this tier 2 turret.
Yeah. I mean, this is just the consequence of giving 2 grubs over to Trundle. Immediately, they're beginning to funnel into their carries as Baye maybe has an opportunity with his team.
Nice pillar, lands on above Fishone and Zhuo, stunning up the bottom side of LNG and allowing for them to claim yet another turret. 4 towers. And
Dragon, we talked about it a little in game 1, but oh my god, Jiang. My poor friend. Just play safe, right?
No, I've seen a Gragas player, maybe in the ERLs, have performances like this. So, you know, maybe that's a sign that rest of Ultra Prime could be doing well. As now we're seeing Zika and Saber go at it on the top side of things. And Zika is having a really good time. However, reinforcements now will arrive. A summoner heal popped by Xiaosha, forcing the Croc to flash away. Aqua Prison does not connect, but the rest of the damage might be able to the Call to Meek, keeping Zika alive. But Saber's going to flash forward, land that empowered Q, and take the Renekton down. the Vault Breaker to get back into his side of the pit. Ultra Prime currently winning out on things right now as they await Zika's TP, but it might be too late. Baye flashes over the Shockwave, but he gets knocked up by the quickness and should be taken down by Xiaofeng and goes forward with the season assist. 1-0 in favor of LNG, but the health bars are low. They'll be forced to back away as Ultra Prime will look to regain control mid. Don't have many ultimates to do it. The big damaged ones in terms of Saber and Baye both still on cooldown, but Junhao still trying to get his way into the pit. That pillar doing so much to allow for Fishwan to get very low. Junhao's right in the middle of everyone, and Xiaofeng will go down. It's Baye to claim the kill, and it should be Ultra Prime claiming the Drake as well. It's the Hextech Soul Point secured for UP.
And it is the same thing, but a different side. Ultra Prime getting Soul Point so early on in this game, and now it's LNG extremely far behind.
Yeah, and he can still have utility on this Gragas pick as everybody on Ultra Prime hovering around this Otacon. And Xiaofeng is still so far away. And there's Zhang with an MVP play, using the cast to knock the jungler away. He will go down for his sins eventually, but he heals up for a while and forces LNG to get chunked out. Zika forced to run away as a flank ankle still is available, and LNG still want the fight. It's a 4v5. Xiaofeng at half HP. Zika getting chunked as well. The dominance not going to be enough as Baye will secure the kill as they collapse upon the flanker. They're using the Herald, but not towards the turret. They're looking for blood onto LNG's side. Knock up will land onto Haichao, but the engage isn't there just yet. Junhao trying to chase him down as Joel goes forward with the quickness. It will not be enough though as Haichao will drop. They finally take down the Lucian, but now Fishwan will be the response. Ultra Prime winning the Herald, winning the fight, and they get themselves the Otacon as well.
The issue has arrived to LNG's front doorstep. This is Soul on the line for Ultra Prime. This is LNG's potentially last stand to come back in this game.
All eyes have to be towards Haichao on this Orianna. Need a great shockwave if they want to win this fight. The culling has already come out, and Fishwan is down to 300 HP. Into the pit, Xiaofeng goes. He's looking for the engage. The season assist does connect, but a huge bubble from Xiaosha is going to slow down the assault and make sure that Ultra Prime are fine and dandy around the Soul Drake. Haichao did not find a good ultimate, and he will pay for it with his life. The laser from Saber will take him down, and it's an ace picked up for UP.
And a triple for the mid laner of Ultra Prime. Junhao at the end of the day, uncontested, doesn't need anyone on his team to help him with the dragon. This will allow Ultra Prime to push down in the mid lane. They don't have a huge wave, so maybe they don't find the turret, but nonetheless, that was just, like you said, Grapes, a massive bubble by Xiaosha.
Xiaosha on the Nami, able to find a lot of plays. They find another huge play. Jung might be 1-5, but he's finding huge attempts for his team as they take Fishwan down once again. The newest player here in the LPL, not having as good of a performance this time. Shockwave lands onto 2 members here from Haichao, but there's no follow-up here.
There really is no possibility for a contest. This is going to go over to UP. My biggest concern now is that LNG don't have the greatest of wave clear. Obviously, you've got the Xayah with those passive, those clean cuts, but really, the AoE is not doing you any favors for trying to defend your base.
Victor at this point.
Yeah.
3 full items and 1,000 gold shutdown to his name. And Baye playing aggressive and still looking for more. As Xiaofeng now the target, he uses the Vault Breaker to try to escape, but another nice Aqua Prison lands as Xiaosha will find the jungler of LNG and take him down easily.
That's another kill, another one racked up for Ultra Prime as they are now 5 members in the bot lane. And LNG, they've got a member at top, they've got a member in mid. Is this the competitive version of Open?
Well, they're going to get some objective bounties maybe here on that tier 1, but they might not be get the chance to spend the gold before the game already ends. Culling comes out, Shuo trying to block for Fishwan, but both of them are taken critically low as the first Nexus Tower does drop, and Baron buff still in everybody's hands. Haichao with the Shockwave doesn't do any damage whatsoever, and Jung will get kill number 2 on the day. Nexus now exposed, Body Slam will connect, and that's going to do it. Ultra Prime forcing a decider into this battle of the mud. Game 3 is coming up right after this.
And this just provides a lot of pressure and push for Xiaofeng in the early game on this Skarner. So I'm really interested to actually see how he operates in the first 10 or so minutes of the game. We've seen
that they're sending Saber actually back to the mid lane, and Xiaofeng not wanting to contest or go for a flip. instead going for these grubs instead. So Junhao should be able to finish this one off nicely. Ultra Prime getting on the objective board, but overall LNG still controlling that top side of the map pretty admirably.
LNG going to have a Vice Iron grip on that one for a while.
Sasha now getting targeted. Yeah, he shouldn't have stepped too far forward. Getting stunned up by Xiaofeng. Right now it's just the tanks hitting him, but they're going to do enough damage actually to take him down. Give first blood over to Haichao. LNG on the board first after what was a very unnecessary death from the Ultra Prime support.
For the grubs. But ultimately, LNG, I feel, are stronger in the team fights. I think Ultra Prime realized that too, and they're just going to surrender them. This is going to be really big for Zika in particular, who we're expecting to be on the side lanes about 75% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's just able to show mid and allow for that. All three of those grubs actually to get picked up by LNG.
Yeah, both teams going toward this bot side. Junhao is actually hitting the dragon. They're in a bit of a difficult situation.
Wow. They stayed around here. Saber looking for the solo kill. There was that interaction that you talked about here. On to the Destiny. Speaking of, he's going forward again, flashing in. Gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. As now it is Ultra Prime controlling the Dragon Pit and taking their second of the game. Engage already coming forward from Xiao, but the Magnus Storm lands on a 3. It's going to be the all-out back in as Xiaofeng will drop. And Joa now spots to flash away as Zika comes forward with the teleport. Killer Instinct comes in for Baye as well. Looking to burst down the Rel, forcing him to flash away. Zika gets hit by the third and Topo strike. And Baye will claim another kill as Ultra Prime get themselves the feats of warfare.
It's really difficult for Ultra Prime to actually fight with a lot of these frontliners, as they don't have anything to necessarily knock them down for size yet. I mean, Baye has Kraken Slayer, and there's been a lot of debate on whether or not Kraken Slayer is really considered a tank-killing item anymore. Speaking of tanks,
yeah, I mean, that is Xiaofeng looking very beefy, diving in on a Xiao. He already has to pop the Unbreakable Will, but 4 members of LNG are going to try to burst down the cow anyway, and they do so successfully with Haichao picking up the kill. Ultimate popped onto Saber. They should be able to get him as well. It's a double kill for the Aurora, and LNG will strike back. We'll see how much he can do. Again, question has not always been Haichao, can he get resources? Can he get ahead in the early game? It's what can he do with those in the team fights? Not always a lot. And sometimes we see some disappointing plays from him, but hoping to see that change here for LNG. As you started up the Rift Herald, they should be able to take it down. Now Zhang actually looking for a little bit more. Gonna get taken very, very low though, and Xiaofeng with the Flash Ixtal's impact will make sure that he pays for the Herald going in favor of Ultra Prime.
I mean, Zhang just a little too far away from his team, ultimately. They're not able to assist him. And a good Flash Ixtal's impact from Xiaofeng. Basically not capable of reacting to that. Here for LNG would go a long way in just gaining back control of the tempo of this game. Ultra Prime, if they get Soul Point, they basically put LNG on a timer. So here we go.
This one very aggressively positioned. Had to use the Valkyrie early to make sure he did not get knocked up. Speaking of knocks up, lots of them here in the Dragon Pit. As Zhuo gets taken very low. Baye flashes after him with the Killer Instinct. One more auto should take him down. He's the first one to go into this fight. As now Zhang has already popped the all-out. Xiaofeng trying to take Baye down, but he goes back into the pit and right into Haichao's arms. It's going to actually be Zika to pick up that kill, as it's a 4v3 in favor of Ultra Prime for now. Haichao dishing out damage. The health bar is not on UP's side, as Zika's still looking very menacing here around this dragon, as UP want to try to get this soul point. Is that half right now? Xiaofeng looking to chase him down the spear. Going to dodge away from Zhang. And the skirmish, the shuffle will continue to commence. Xiaofeng gets knocked up. He's going to get taken down, but Zika dives in and takes Xiaosha down in response. Another gold card comes in. A double kill in for Zhang. And this should be Ultra Prime claiming the fight. Haichao will fall as well off the Destiny. And Junhao will claim the kill.
And Saber locks it down. Haichao says, sit down, Aurora. Ultra Prime win out on the fight.
He has still had a high impact here in this game. We're seeing some more skirmishing around the bottom side river. There's no dragon to take anymore, so not necessarily necessary to go for anything.
Ooh, hang on.
As Xiaosha gets a knock up on the Xiaofeng, now using that Herald and charge into this tier 1. Try to take some of it down, but it's going to go right to the Excel's impact of Xiaofeng. But now the headbutt will send Xiaofeng right back into the team. Zhang teleporting right under the tier 1 turret, and he will yeet one back with him. That is going to be Fish One taken down thanks to the all-out. And Zhuo will be the next target. Magnus Storm only delaying what's going to be a double kill going into the Cristante's hands.
Nauticon Grapes.
Ultra Prime have their sights on a win in a best-of-3 series, one that they have not been able to achieve in over 3 months. But they have not finished it off just yet. They claim the Otacon, they are at soul point, but there is still work to be done.
Card constantly pursuing LNG in these extended chases. Speaking of getting pursued, Young might be pursuing them
LNG,
after being the pursued one.
They were trying to collapse onto Zhang, but now Ultra Prime have found the collapse onto them instead. Xiaofeng gets knocked back for the Intofo strikes and will die, and that is the smite available taken away on the side of UP. However, LNG, they're not done just yet. A nice engage comes through from Zhuo, and Saber is taken down, making it a 1-for-1 overall. Zhang now at half HP, forced to run away. Zhao Shi lands another knockup though on the Hai Chao. He's still one of the stronger members in the game, and he gets taken back between the worlds, and Zhang gets shut down. Ultra Prime though get one back. A crazy fight, an all-out brawl in the bottom lane, and now Zhuo is one of the one taken very low. Junao goes forward, picks himself up a double kill, and forces Fish One and Hai Chao to back away. Anyway here, and Zika hunting with these spears, but instead it looks like LNG's prio goes towards the mid lane wave.
I got a little nervous there, honestly, about that spear, but nonetheless.
80 in Italy. Not a lot of damage on that one anymore. Junhao on this Xin Zhao. Again, the junglers, maybe this just gets Quaxier here, man, but they've really delivered in all the games so far. Xiaofeng even finding engages critical at the start of the game for LNG, has yet to really find all the ultimates, and a lot of those champions have that value here. We're going to see that in any potential fight that unfolds for the rest of this game, as Ultra Prime look like they want to dance just a little bit around this river. They force Xiaofeng to use that Excel's impact defensively, but then he sends in a two-man impale. Only on the front line though, but Junhao's already popped the Crescent Guard. They find Fish One and catch him out. As Baye will get that first kill. Another knockup lands on the Xiaofeng. He should go down. It's a double kill in for the Kaisa. Between Worlds from Hai Chao gets knocked up. There's another knockup from Zhao Shi, and Baye could pick himself up a quadra kill. Only Zhuo remains. Will they give it over to him? Zhang's looking to chase him down, but Baye has no interest in the Penta. Instead, it's going to be the mid lane tier 2 and potentially the game.
It's the 80 carry of LNG, and sure they lose their support, but they will gain a Baron in response, and the siege just got a whole lot meaner for the side of UP.
Gee, their time is running out. They are looking dangerously close to dropping down to 0-4 to start off split number 3. The mid lane tier 3 does go down. Tier 2 in the bot lane should be the next target, as Ultra Prime can bide their time and closely wait for anybody on LNG to step too far forward and begin that engage.
Loss here, you're down 0-4. It's really rough for the first half of this split. You have to look for a Hail Mary, even if the chances are low. I mean, the chances are 0, literally 0, if you give up this elbow.
Get their way closer to that bot side river. And now a teleport comes in from Hai Chao. It's going to be a last-ditch effort. Zhuo looking to begin the engage. Magnus Storm onto Zhang, but he's just way too tanky. Pathmaker away. He's going to keep himself alive and still have HP.
On the
and look at Zhao Shi looking to try to cut everybody off. Headbutt Zhuo right into Zhang's arms. And on the other side, I think that Zika getting taken down by Baye. Already a 1-for-0. And this Kaisa still untouched on the back line. Zhang gets the kill into Xiaofeng. And it's an absolute evisceration in the bottom lane here for Ultra Prime. 5-for-0 ace. And that winless streak has come to an end.
And 5 series, they finally manage. The two teams that rolled in the mud, one stands tall, the other one falls, and Ultra Prime will be your winners of this best-of-3 Grapes.
Not about how you start, it's how you finish this first round robin if you're Ultra Prime.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.